10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah. What's good, people? Happy Monday. This is From the Ground Up Productions. I'm your host, Lady Miz, and this is my co-host.
Ray, what's up, y'all?
Y'all already know what it is. This is From the Ground Up Productions, and there's only one way to go from here. I tell y'all that every single time, and it just keeps getting better and better and better and better. That's right. What's good, Town Mama? Thank you for pulling up early. Please share this with other people so that they could tune in. Today, we're going to be talking about vitamin D. So we're actually going to be talking about things that have to do with your health. Very, very important. No drama. We got to start making sure we have content that also matters. Not saying other stuff don't matter, but, we got to talk about things for ourselves, for our health, and things like that. For those who do not know, From the Ground Up Productions is a place where we interview different entertainers, legends, entrepreneurs, and business owners. But we also have excellent topics like we're having today, which is on vitamin D. So we could discuss certain things because our job is to help bring awareness and also to educate our viewers. This is a podcast to also help bring exposure to those in the entertainment and business field. It's also a place for us to, as I said, to discuss relatable topics and to educate our viewers. We do this by speaking to different professionals or giving y'all our feedback, our opinion or feedback or research that we may have done. Absolutely. As I said, we do this by speaking to different people and things about their goals and challenges and stuff. And at the end of the day, we just really hope that when you walk away from this show that you are receiving some valuable information that can help you grow, evolve to be a better entertainer, entrepreneur, or just a better person altogether. That is so important. This is a no judgment zone, as we tell y'all every single time. We tell people to come as they are. So again, today, we're going to be talking about the benefits of vitamin D and intermittent fasting, okay? This is not a turn up show, y'all. This is an educational show.
I'm gonna say something real quick to Cisco.
Okay.
You might not want to put that the way you put that comment there. You might want to change it.
He said, "Don't be taking no D tonight, baby. We talking about the vitamin D."
No, I'm joking, sis.
Listen. We know what's good though. What's good, Tyler Mix on the scene, DJ Cisco. Again, we ask you guys to share this live right now. Before we get into, because we actually got a lot to cover, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all why this is so important. It's so important what we're going to be discussing because we're living in a time where people are dying on a regular basis more than ever before. We're living in a time where COVID and this coronavirus is taking us out of here left and right. A lot of times we don't understand what it is that we need to do for our bodies, and we don't understand some of the most important things that we need to put in our body so that our bodies can fight off what it needs so that we don't get taken up out of here. Now, am I saying that we can't die from the virus? I'm absolutely not saying that. All I'm saying is I'm going to give you some valuable tips on how you can be proactive when it comes to your health. So before we get into that, we're going to first play our first commercial. And this commercial is for content creators, entertainers, entrepreneurs, business owners, and anyone out there who would want to join our network and have your content on our network or even advertise on our show, your products and your services. Listen up.
Are you a content creator? Do you make music videos, short films, documentaries, web series, kids shows, movies, stand-up comedy, visual podcast, educational shows, or sports? Are you a fitness instructor or gamer? Do you record church ceremonies or report news? If so, contact From the Ground Up Productions TV by email at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com. For more information on getting your content played on our network on Roku, where there are over 85 million viewers and growing. No more being limited or blocked on social media from the content you post and create. Get the freedom to be you without restrictions from controlled social media. And if you want to run your ads or sponsor our network, contact us now at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com to get started now.
You're now tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions, broadcasting around the world.
Yeah, what's good? What's good, people? Y'all already know what it is. This is From the Ground Up, as I told y'all before. There's only one way to go from here. We're going to keep rising to the top. Check it out. Like I said, for those who may not know, today we are discussing the benefits of vitamin D and intermittent fasting. Okay, so important. Before we get into that, I do want to let you guys know one thing. Okay, I got a lot of this information, just so you guys know, did some research, and a lot of this information that I got from a doctor. So I do want to give credit to this doctor and pay homage to him. This is Dr. Eric Berg, B-E-R-G, Dr. Eric Berg. He is on YouTube. He has over 5 million plus followers. This guy is out there really educating people so that we can learn how to, take care of our bodies and take care of ourselves. So again, I just wanted to throw that out there so that you guys know that majority of this information I got from him. And I wanted to share this with my audience because it's not just about turning up, having fun, and making it. You want to be here to live another day so that you can do these things. You know what I mean? Sometimes we focus so much, and I'm good for that. We focus so much on just trying to make it and all these different things that we actually forget to take care of self. We forget and we put ourselves second and last, and we don't take care of our bodies. That is so important that we really gotta stop doing that. Okay. Because again, you could work so hard for all of this stuff, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're taken up out of here. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that. Vitamin D basically is things that basically help your immune system. All right. Allowing your body to heal itself. And it also kind of helps strengthens it so it can kind of heal itself in a natural way. We can get vitamin D through sun, through food, and other things. But I'm going to go over a lot of stuff that's going to let you know what you can do and all the ways you can get it, the benefits it serves, and also when you might be thinking that you're getting it, but you're not getting it. Big shout out to Hardy Slice. I see you in the building. What's good, Hardy Slice? Hardy Slice says, what is vitamin D and E is good for when it comes to the body? Yes, I am going to actually be discussing all of that. No worries. It is coming. Absolutely. All right. So as I told y'all before, we live in the COVID world. You know what I mean? We live in a world.
You gotta be careful saying that.
Yeah. And I'm very careful with what I say because I do understand I'm on a platform, even though, don't get me wrong, I forgot to tell you guys this. We are live on Roku right now as we speak on our network as well. So anybody that has Roku can check it out. And those people who have Roku might come across this and see it and watch it. So just know we're not just live on YouTube. We are also live on our Roku network. And that Roku network is from that's DA, From the Ground Up Productions TV. So if you have a Roku, make sure you add our channel to your TV list. All right. So as I was saying, we're living in the COVID world now. And I know we got to be careful what we say about that because they will shut us down. If it goes against anything they're saying, they'll shut us down. I'm not here to talk about COVID, for COVID, or against COVID. I'm only here to discuss the things that we need to do to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves correctly. All right. So to make sure that we are being proactive, that is the only purpose for this. It has no other, y'all want to talk about it, y'all talk about it. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about it. All right. So again, I want to just give this disclaimer that although I'm giving this information and I did get it from some doctors who are real doctors, I am not a doctor, obviously. So I just want to point that out. So anything that I tell you also, please do the research on your own. Okay. Very important that you also do research on your own. Now, first thing I'm going to discuss is because a lot of times, it's a bug in here. A lot of times we think that we're doing so much to get that vitamin D. For those who are aware of it, right? You might say to yourself, I know about vitamin D already. And I know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you could be doing several different things, but it might not be giving you the benefits that you need, okay? Because at the end of the day, there are some things that can block vitamin D or it can prevent it from getting into your system. So let me go over a few of those things that can prevent vitamin D from getting into your system in case you didn't know. All right. So one is if your gut is damaged. If you have a damaged gut, and you could be doing all the stuff that you think you need and taking the vitamin D all the time, but if your gut is damaged, it will not really absorb in your body the way it's supposed to, and you will not reap the benefits that you're supposed to. Also, age.
Yeah.
Age is another one of those things that can stop the vitamin D from coming in. One of the big things, skin color, guys. Skin color. Okay. The color of your skin. If it's too dark, you might need 3 times. You might need 3 times as much as another person who has lighter skin for it to penetrate through the skin. All right. So you got to understand, you can't just be like, I'm taking vitamin D, I'm good. But listen, those things can actually prevent it from absorbing the proper way. Another one is fat. Okay. I ain't calling nobody fat or myself, even though I think I am a little fat there. But at the end of the day, listen, too much fat is not good for you. Okay. And the more fat you have, the less it takes for the vitamin D to absorb in your system. All right.
Now, I from my own experience, and I've heard and I've had the doctor tell me, the sun, especially during the winter months, if you're in the house or even if you come outside during the winter months, you don't get enough vitamin D during the winter from the sun. So that's another thing I've learned. You get it from the sun during the summer, but during the winter, even if you're outside, you may not get enough vitamin D.
Yes, and I'm going to actually go over that in a couple minutes too, to basically talk to y'all about that, because sometimes y'all might be thinking that you're getting what you need and you may not be getting that. DJ Cisco said, I take my vitamins at night, so when I'm sleeping, my body absorbs them. Okay. All right. So check it out. Exposure to the sun, right? So let's say, guys, you say, I want to go out and I'm going to because honestly, the best place to get your vitamin D from is really the sun over everything else. All right. But here's the thing. When you go outside to get your vitamin D over the from the sun, your body's covered. I know you're not out there butt naked. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't out there butt naked. You know what I'm saying? So if you got clothes on, right? If you got clothes on, how much of this vitamin D are you actually absorbing? You're exposing your face, maybe your hands, if you got on short sleeves, maybe partially your arms or partial legs, right? But that's not enough, guys. And guess what? If you live in the north, anytime from November to March, the amount of vitamin D that you get is so insufficient.
You also forgot sunscreen. Sunscreen blocks during the summer too.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very true. So I don't know what people call. So that is so important as far as I'm concerned when it comes to that. Sunscreen, not sunscreen. I'm sorry about that. Making sure that you understand how you are absorbing and getting that vitamin D when it comes into your system. So important. And go to the doctor and get your blood levels checked, okay? Because listen, anybody that's from Georgia up, we are definitely vitamin D deficient, especially if you're Black. All right, so you do have to understand that, because again, it might take a little more for it to absorb or other things, and we might not be getting the correct amount, which I'm gonna go over. All right, I'm definitely gonna go over that. Go ahead, Ray. You got the next one.
Oh. Metabolic issues like arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease. The requirement goes up, meaning you need more than the required amount of vitamin D when you have those diseases.
All right. So that's important, guys. Those type of issues, if you got arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? Those things can affect how your body is taking in or dealing with the vitamin D. Okay? So you cannot allow that. And I hope that I'm saying this right. They use polymorphism. Am I saying that right?
Looks like it. Yep, polymorphism. Yep.
Polymorphism. Okay. It doesn't allow you to absorb vitamin D well. And that comes from your genes. So guys, I'm telling you certain stuff, but you might want to look this up to know if you fall under the category and these things could be affecting you. All right. If you got a chronic infection, the infection blocks out your body absorbing the vitamin D. Okay. The vitamin D, it blocks the receptors, so you can't absorb it. Your white blood cells need vitamin D. So what it does is it sucks up the little bit that you have. So in order for your body to fight off certain things, your white blood cells need that vitamin D. Right? So your storage, let's think of it as a storage. You need vitamin D, obviously. Your vitamin D can't be low. So you need vitamin D. You have some stored from whenever you got it, right? And now you get sick and your white blood cells is pulling from that. And when it's pulling from it, it's making your vitamin D lower. But it needs, those white blood cells need that vitamin D so that it can help fight off certain things. So when you're sick, I would say, to me, take more vitamin D, right? The recommended amount of vitamin D that you should be taking, and I'm just telling you from the doctors, is 10,000 IUDs. Now, listen, don't come for me, because I understand my doctor might say, hey, take 2,000 a day, take 5,000 a day, right? And we might think that that's enough. But technically, especially if you're deficient, it's really not, okay? It's really not. Do your own research. If you do not believe me, do your own research and see what is the best for you. And if there's an autoimmune system involved, then they also suggest that you take more. And taking more, guys, I'm talking about 40,000 plus a day. Let me tell you, y'all probably think that I'm insane saying that number, but one time when I was so bad in deficiency in vitamin D that they had to give me pills that were like 50,000, I think, IUDs or whatever. And guess what? They didn't say that, because I'm gonna get to why they might tell you, not to be, I guess, taking so much. But that's why you got to be careful. And again, I always stress this: do your own research, okay? Do your own research, but don't just take vitamin D. Your magnesium is important. Vitamin B6 is important. Zinc is important. All of these things are
vitamin
important.
C.
Absolutely. Vitamin C, ginger, take some natural stuff. But right now I'm really discussing vitamin D at this point. And then I'm going to get into intermittent fasting. Now, they might tell you, and this is the part that I wanted to get to with y'all. They might tell you that you can't have too much vitamin D, right? It might be true to a certain extent, but it's not true in a way that they're telling you. So that's why I keep saying, do your own research. You would have to consume, for it to be too much, you would actually have to consume anywhere from 100 to 200,000 IUDs for months and even years for it to create complications. All right. Did you hear me? that 100 to 200,000 for it to create any type of complications. So they might tell you, oh, you can't take this much, it's going to cause these issues. But listen, the complications is having too much calcium in your blood. That's what that is, which can lead to kidney stones. A lot of people don't, they might say, oh, you got calcium buildup and now you got kidney stones. And you might want to ask, even if they say that, this is why we got to know. Listen, when we go to the doctor, we need to ask them for specific tests. Like when I have certain issues wrong with me and I feel like, okay, I might have a blood clot. I'd be like, what's that called? The D-dimer test. I tell them to take that because it would show a blood level and let you know if you got blood clots, right? It's certain things that we do have to educate ourselves on, because if the doctor think there's no big deal, they might not run the test. And that might be the test that you need to pinpoint if something is wrong with you, okay? So back to the calcium. That's having too much of that calcium and kidney stones. Yeah, that is the effect that you can have if you have too much vitamin D. And like I told y'all, 100 to 200,000. 100 to 200,000 for months and months and months and years. Ways that you can minimize the risk. The ways that you can minimize the risk for that, you should drink 2.5 liters of water per day. That way you avoid the super concentration in the kidneys area. Okay? So there's always a natural solution, right? Because a lot of times we think that we always got to go medicine. Just drink water. I mean, you know that. You got some type of bladder infection or something like that, you drink water. They always say cranberry juice, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. Cranberry juice.
Has it been proven? Has it been proven? I do not know. What did DJ Cisco say here? Let's read his
Me and my partners went for a physical on my old job, and we were put on high doses of vitamin D. We were all deficient.
Wow. You see that? That's crazy. But I mean, it's not crazy, but listen, guys, vitamin D is one of the main things that you should have in your body that fights COVID. And a lot of times, if the doctor want to really keep it real with you,
which ain't gonna happen.
Okay, if they want to keep it real with you, well, this doctor where I got this information does, he's keeping it real and he's letting people know. Okay, they will tell you that you should definitely increase your vitamin D. All right. So if you want to avoid other different calcium buildups, you should avoid things like cheese and stuff like that.
Dairy.
That you know has too much calcium in it. Vitamin D in your skin. Listen to this, guys. This is so important. Vitamin D in your skin is not active or ingested into your diet. I mean, it needs to be ingested into your diet to go to your liver. It has to go to your liver first. So just because you take it, it's not even doing what it needs to do until it hits that liver. And that's when it's converted. All right? It's like when before it's converted, it's like biologically inactive at that time. Then it goes to your kidneys. And then once it hit your kidneys is when it's activated. And this is why I was telling y'all earlier, you have to understand if you got kidney disease and you have things like that, you might need to intake more, or it might be certain things that you need to take so that you are able.
That would explain why diabetes is one of the big factors of deficiency in vitamin D.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm.
Kidney failure. You can't activate vitamin D and white blood cells. I can't even. I don't know. I can't. What's this? Lymphocytes, which take antibodies, and you have one lymphocyte that makes. Oh shit! These are some big. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce.
Cytochrome, I think, if we're pronouncing it right? That's like the B cells. So
and they rest in your body, and they have no vitamin D receptors. And as soon as they get activated, they have the vitamin D receptor.
Right. So Hope y'all got that part.
Yeah. I can't remember big ass hospital words.
But it's important that we know this. And again, always look it up. Always look it up. All right. As soon as that gets activated, okay, then you have vitamin D receptors.
Town Mama said your body will utilize only what it needs, and the rest gets peed out.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. That is so true. That is very true. Now, see, I guess that's why it's important to know what your body needs. I think that when we were interviewing Chucky Chuck, was it last week?
Yep.
And DJ Devon, he said that, listen, when they're testing you and they're telling you that, you know, your sugar's this or your blood pressure, you got to know, like, really, you know, and I even read an article. What is really high blood pressure for who and at what age? A lot of times it might not even, they might say 120 over 80, but do you know that they actually changed that at one point? So if it was 130 over 85, we might think I got high blood pressure, and you might not even really have it. Right? So this is why, again, I keep going back to the fact that we need to educate ourselves on a lot of stuff. What's important to put in our body, what our body really needs, what is having too much and what is not having enough. Because like Karen said, your body's going to take in what it needs, and anything after that, you're going to pee it out. But the question is, somebody might tell you you only need 2,000 when you need way more than that. So you might think, oh, I'm not going to take more than 2,000 because if I take another 2,000, I'm just going to go to the bathroom and pee it out. Well, maybe you need to be taking more. And this is why it's important, again, to understand how much that you need and how much your body can take. I
guess and that's why regular checkups are important.
Yes.
You know, because we don't normally do that on a regular basis. We act like we're the doc where we can take, you know, we can heal ourselves with what's it, Vicks?
Robitussin. Put some tussin on it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, black people. Put that tussin on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we try not to go to the doctor.
Oh my God. Yo, for real. But yo, if you want to know how you can reduce your risk of COVID, guess what, guys? You can reduce your risk by 54% of getting COVID simply by being vitamin D deficient. Nobody's saying sufficient. Right. I didn't say sufficient.
No, I said deficient.
I thought I said sufficient. Sorry. By being vitamin D sufficient. Nobody is saying that you cannot get COVID. Okay. That is not what we're saying. It can reduce the risk, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. What happened?
Town Mama said the American Heart Association now recommends 118 over 76 as an ideal blood pressure, but that's based on studies on white males.
Wow, you see what I'm saying? And you know, if you black, you already know what that is. Yo, we ain't falling into that category.
Oh yeah.
We stressed out like a mother. But yo, let me tell you, listen, we ain't the only ones stressed out. We are not, but we ain't going there. But yo, for real, you can't base it off of that. And this is why it's so important that, you know, again, do your research, people. Do your research. People of color are more D deficient because we still depend on the sun for our vitamin D. You know what I mean? We still do. Now, let me address the elephant in the room, I guess I should say. Black people. All right, so we black people telling their kids, hey, stay out the sun because you might get too dark, right? That might be an issue because society made being black a negative thing, right? I said it in my song, society endorsed it. No, America enforced it. Society reinforced. America endorsed it. What the hell did I say?
Well, yeah. I
gotta go back to my song. That's why I can't be doing shows. America enforced it. America endorsed it. Society reinforced it. Now they got everybody believing all that bullshit. Okay, that's what I said. Damn it. Finally got it out. I couldn't figure my damn words out. You could tell I didn't move on from that. But anyway, yes, you know, telling your kids to stay out the sun, not good, black people. Let your kids get as much vitamin D as they can as possible, okay? Don't be telling them that because you got a complex. There's only 3 natural sources of vitamin D that's available. And one of them is wild caught fish like salmon, right? Farm raised, guys. And this is and it's a shame because I don't know about y'all, but you know, if you like salmon, I don't know if you call it salmon or salmon, whatever you call it, okay?
Silent L.
Whatever you call it, if you like that type of fish, farm raised is not going to give you the vitamin D that you need. So you need to understand that you really do need the wild caught fish in order for you to get that vitamin
D. Atlantic fish caught in the Atlantic farm, no, Atlantic something fish. I know it says Atlantic on it.
Okay. You had a whole tongue tie over there.
Yeah. What's up with you? Yeah, today I'm bugging.
And I'm the one that didn't get no sleep around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still here handling my business. It's all good, you know? But listen, another thing as far as the vitamin D, the natural resources is mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms that are exposed to sunlight. Mushrooms that are exposed to sunlight is where you can also get your natural vitamin D from. Sun-dried mushrooms, y'all. Okay.
I never even knew they had that.
You know, well, I guess we just never bought it.
I never seen it.
We need to put that on our shopping list, okay? The wild fish, the
sun-dried mushrooms.
Yes, that and Carla oil, whatever that is, I don't know. Okay, but we're gonna find out together, me and you. If you ain't got it, then let's get it. Okay, Carla oil. Okay, CARLA oil. I ain't never used that oil a day in my life. Never, ever, ever.
Never heard of it.
Me either. All right. What's good, Tyler Mix in the building? I see you. Okay. That's Hood Court coming soon. That's my partner over there pulling up. He doing big things. Y'all see him everywhere. He everywhere. You ain't there. He outside. You know what I mean? That's right. Tyler Mix out there doing it big, y'all. That's right. Salute to him. And Hood Court is definitely coming up soon. So make sure, listen, y'all. It's definitely going down real soon. We just getting everything in order. The month of December, we're going to be taking a break. We're going to be doing a whole full training to make sure that everybody on the team understands how to work every single thing that we got. So if one person goes down or one person is sick, we can still run the show. That is how you create a system and create a business to do it the right way. So I will be doing talk therapy, but from the ground up productions after next week. Next week, we got an interview, but then after that, we will be taking a break from doing interviews, and we're going to be doing full-fledged training and possibly some upgradings for the show and working on that Hood Court that will be coming soon. So, yeah, look out for that. It's definitely going down. Y'all already know what it is.
And y'all can be a part of the audience, the jury for Hood Court.
That's right. Pull up, baby. Pull up. All right? Now, dairy, I don't know if y'all know it doesn't contain vitamin D. Did you know that?
Well, it says it.
It says it what?
It says it on the they always advertise that like milk contains vitamin D.
Well, listen. Look, do y'all research. I did some research from some doctors and it says it doesn't contain vitamin D. So I was kind of shocked with that because like dairy, like milk, we were always told that gives you vitamin D. So we got to figure that out. But
I mean, nowadays these people, they just put a little bit of vitamin D and they could tell you, it's full of vitamin D because, we're not regulated.
Yo, yeah, just like them essential oils. And I got the real ones. I'm talking to y'all about
What's good, Mark?
Hey, what's good, Mark? What's going on? No, he didn't say Teresa. No, you didn't pull up Mark and use my government name. I know you didn't do that. Get off Facebook. Nah, big shout out. Yes, Ray and Lady Man. Thank you very much. Yes. So, SPF 30 sunscreen, it actually reduces your ability to create vitamin D in your skin by like 97.5%. Okay, so again, you mentioned this earlier. When we're out there trying to get in the sun and we're trying to protect ourselves from the sun, and we put on that SPF 30 sunscreen, we're actually reducing our body to create that vitamin D by 97.5%. Not good, baby. Okay. So, I mean, the crazy thing is, then what the hell do you do?
Yeah, well, I guess taking your vitamins. Well, it depends. What they tell you to take the sunscreen to keep this from getting sunburned, but now you protected from sunburn, but you're losing the vitamin D.
Yeah,
you gotta make a choice.
Yeah. So catch-22 out this month. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Which way do we go here? Now, I seen that DJ Cisco said it's added into the milk. Oh, so they added into the milk. Okay, all right. So naturally, it doesn't have it then, which is crazy.
But then again, milk has its own side effects. You shouldn't even be drinking that stuff anyway.
I mean, that's true, but guys, I ain't gonna lie. I could say I'm not drinking that, but I'm gonna tell you right now, guess what? I'm still eating my ice cream, and I like my ice cream. Okay, I disagree. Yep. Karen, Town Mama said I disagree. DJ Cisco, my ex-in-law are farmers. Okay, all right. So it's added. So she's saying she disagrees. She feels that they're farmers, and I guess that is not added. It contains it already. If that's what you're saying, please let us know if that's your take on it. Guys, a person of color has sun protection factors of from what they say from 4 or up to 10. I guess the SPF, when we're talking about the SPF, it has 4 to 10. So our skin already has sun protected on it. That's why for Black people, it is difficult to absorb and to get that vitamin D the way that we need it. And that's why we have to be out in the sun a little bit longer. Okay. We actually have to be outside 5 to 10 times longer to make the same vitamin D of someone else who is white. All right. So understand that, you know what I mean? So guys, listen, shout out to the white people out there. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all get that vitamin D when y'all out there, straight getting it, baby. I'm jealous. Word up. Listen, y'all know what it is. I love everybody out there. You know what I mean? No matter what color you are, you got to know. What I like about this Dr. Eric Berg, is that he actually has an app, and it's a free app. All right. So this is, I'm actually, because I'm using this information. So yes, I will advertise what he has available because I learned a lot from his show. So he has an app that will actually tell you when you can make vitamin D, how much vitamin D you can make, and the awards you get out of the sun so that you don't get sunburned. All right. So listen, his I think it's called D minor, or is that it? Yeah, dminor.info, or just look that up and maybe you might find the app. So that's DIMINDER.info. All right, I'm gonna spell it again for y'all so that you can look this up. Download that app, y'all, because listen, we gotta know. It'll tell you. I guess you put in information all about yourself, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to make sure you got the right amount of vitamin D so that you could be proactive just in case you get sick or in case you get COVID. So the Silent Assassin Ray is going to put it up here on the screen, and that is DIMIN as in Nancy, D as in David, ER as in Robert.info. That app, like I said, is going to tell you all the information you know from the satellite and how much the ultraviolet radiation is hitting the Earth's surface. Right? Yo, this is deep. Hitting the Earth's surface where you are located. So it's going to relate to your skin color. If you suffer or if you're obese, it's going to tell you how much sun you need so that you don't get in. So it's going to tell you so that you don't get sunburned. You know what I mean? And like I told y'all before, from November to March, if you're anywhere above Atlanta, Georgia, the sun does not make any vitamin D in your skin from November to March. Okay, look, you can look it up. I'm telling y'all, I'm getting this information.
Yeah, I know this for a fact because during that time, I'm always prescribed high doses of vitamin D.
Absolutely. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of our bodies, and we got to be proactive. Oh, matter of fact, why don't we go really quick and play Lagoica while you look for that? Lagoica's commercial about what you need for your body. So important. And then I'm going to come back, guys. And when I come back,
let me see if I can get it first.
Oh, okay. So while he's doing that, let me just tell y'all, anywhere from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., right? Check this out. From 9 to 10, well, let me make sure I'm saying that right. 3 p.m. is when you make vitamin D. 9 and 10 p.m., 10 a.m., I apologize, I said that wrong. 9 and 10 a.m., you're not even getting what you need at that point. So again, that's why it's good to go to get that app, because it's really breaking down some scientific stuff on how the sun is, the way it's tilted, and all of that, depending on how you are actually getting and receiving that vitamin D, and if you're getting any at all. You might be outside mad early, walking, thinking it's sunny, and you ain't even getting the benefits of it. So again, that's why I said 3 p.m. is when you make the vitamin D. Okay, the UV radiations, I think they're no more than like half to 1%. They ever reach the earth. No, let me back that up. UV radiations no more than a half to 1% ever reaches the earth's surface. All right. So because what is it called? What is that? What is it called? I'm gonna just spell it for y'all. XENOS angle. And I forget how to say it, because I heard him mention it. But the angle, that's the angle of the sun and the way it's actually hitting the earth based off of how you're going to receive it. So you don't see it on the end? Okay. Oh, no, that's not. Oh, okay. All right. So I thought we had it on there. That's weird. Okay. So we're going to move on. We are going to move on. I could try to look for it, but then I'll be like going crazy. So it's okay. No, that's not it. Nope. That's not it. But anyway, he has a great commercial that tells you basically what you should be taking as far as your vitamin Z, your zinc, and all of those things. Again, we are coming up in flu season time, and this is why I felt this was so important to do this specific show today, because at the end of the day, we got to remember that we have to take care of our bodies, okay? We need to take care of our bodies. All right, now, vitamin D gets stored in the body fat, and this happens during the summer. I don't know if I kind of did go over that before when I was saying, like, when you get sick, your white blood cells pull from it pulls the vitamin D because it needs that to fight off your infections. Well, during the summertime, your body does store vitamin D. Okay, it stores it in the body fat. And it can be used during the winter when your body is low or lack vitamin D. It releases it from the fat into your body. Okay, why is that important? And I'm gonna keep saying it. It's important because you need that to fight off all of these different viruses out there that is killing us. Okay, I'm just gonna say it for what it is. You know, I don't say the name, but I just got to say it because I don't want them coming for me, because you know they're coming for you, right? Big shout out to, y'all going to be mad, but I don't give a damn, Candace Owens. Big shout out to Candace Owens. Y'all don't know, I'm really feeling her so big right now. I'm actually loving that sister and what she got to say. So,
well, what she's recently had to say.
Yeah, what she recently had to say. She's keeping it so real, and I'm definitely feeling what she got going on there. You want to read some of these comments before we go to the next?
Well, the first comment, Cisco said, I know this has nothing to do with the show, but the Colorado River is actually drying up and 40 million people rely on it for water.
Oh my God.
That's the funny thing is I heard the same thing about Georgia. The water out there is drying up. Yep.
Guys, that's why they creating all this stuff, them bunkers, and they going to the moon and they creating life over there. They trying to leave our ass here, and we going with y'all asses. Y'all think y'all gonna leave us down here on this earth when ain't nothing left? I don't think so. Yeah. That's why they doing population control now, okay? Get your vitamin D up so we could be strong and fight this. What you talking about?
Funny thing is, I think Jeff Bezos said pretty soon Earth is gonna be a vacation spot.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But if we're living here, I guess we'll be doing good, right? We'll be doing good. Hey, big shout out to Tanya. I see you on the check-in. Yes, Very, very scary if that's happening. But I think it's more than just water. I think we got to worry about the food shortage that's going on right now. Okay. And not for nothing, I'm talking about all this vitamin D and what you can take, right? Get it from the sun, but try to take things that have vitamin D in it. But they're playing so much with the food and all these GMOs. Like, you try to do the right thing. Oh, I could be vegan. I could do all this shit, and you could do all of that. And then because the food is not right, we're not even getting the right nutrition from the food. So what are we really doing? You understand what I'm saying? What in the hell? I don't know what to do. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? We can't win.
And then they wonder why we skeptical of the FDA.
Yo, for real. For real. Like, look, it is what it is. Okay? Listen, if you guys are out there and you're using tanning beds, and this is more, I know more Caucasian people do this, but I just want to give this information for you guys if you don't know. If you're using tanning beds in the winter, I believe that they say it works, but you should have like UV sunscreen on, and you should put it on your face to reduce skin cancer and wrinkles. I'm sure you already know that, but I believe that it does help to a certain degree when it comes to certain things. But make sure you put that on your face and stuff like that to protect your skin. Why doctors are not talking too much about vitamin D, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all, because listen, this is what we do. We keep it 100 with y'all, right? And I'm sure y'all already know this, but I'm gonna say it anyway for those who might pull up afterwards or hear this on what's that? Roku, or no, the stream, Spotify or Apple Music. Yeah. A lot of these doctors are getting paid to say that you got COVID.
Use that word
again. If you have it. No, but people have, listen, I'm sure y'all know this. They get paid for COVID patients. This is why they pushing that so big. And, this is why I'm going to tell y'all, we have to really stand up. We have to stand up for things that we believe in when it comes to our health. We don't always have to disagree on anything. But one thing that I will say is, we should always have a choice for our body. No matter what the situation is, we should always have a choice.
You got to also speak. There are doctors who are telling you the truth and getting fired.
Yes. So think about that. Okay. Think about that. Vitamin D was given back in the days to treat peoples in the 40s. I don't know if y'all know that. And it's still to this day. They started back in the 40s giving vitamin D to people to treat them. Okay, vitamin D2 and vitamin D3 are kind of like the same. All right. They're kind of the same, but you do have to be careful where you're getting these products from. If you're purchasing them on the internet and unknown companies, you got to be careful. Like, I have specific spots where I get my stuff from, and I don't go nowhere else because I don't really trust everything that you get. Because again, like you guys don't know, if you don't know, I use Young Living essential oils. I also sell them. And I sign people up if they want to also become a distributor for Young Living, right? If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll send you my information and my number, and you can start ordering these oils. But they have so much more than oils. They have liquid detergent that don't have chemicals in it. They have toothpaste. They have, you name a product, they got it. And the reason why, let me tell y'all the difference between these oils and the other ones in the store. The other ones in the store, the FDA will approve and say that it's 100%, even if they just have 5% in it. They will approve it, which means that there's other synthetic things inside of that oil that your body don't need, okay? When you put something in your body that is not supposed to be there, your body doesn't know what to do with it, right? And that's how we get sick, and it goes into the other parts of your body and in your system. It doesn't know what to do with those unnatural things. So for me, I totally stick to Young Living. I know other people use other oils. I'm not knocking what nobody do. I'm just telling you what I do. And again, I like it because you can go to the farm yourself and plant the seed if you want. You can actually take your hands and put it in the dirt and plant the seed and go back and get it. And it's seed to seal. What does that mean? That means it comes straight from the seed they act. What is the oil? Is the blood of the plant. So they extract the blood of the plant. They make it to the oil and they seal it, and it comes directly to you. There's no third-party people involved. And I like that, because when you get other hands in other corporations, then Houston, we got a problem. You understand what I'm saying? So vitamin D is vegan. So anybody out there, vitamin D2 is vegan. So if you are a vegan and you don't eat meat, vitamin D2 is actually vegan, and it comes from yeast and plants. Shout out to the plants, right? No. Yo, the plants. I like the plants.
Let's not get them vegan started.
No, but listen, I appreciate that, because a lot of people that do go vegan, they are able to overcome a lot of different illnesses that they have. So yeah, listen, I wish that I could be so strong, and I'm not, and I'm trying, guys, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not all the way there. I'm struggling with some things, even my health, trying to get my health in order. But this is why it's important to have conversations like that. Each one teach one. Y'all know something, you share it with me. We research it after we talk to each other, and yeah, so that's what it's about. But vitamin D2, so if anybody's out there and you're a vegan, you can use that. Vitamin D3 is made from animal sources. Okay, it's an animal source. It comes from your skin, right? So that's the difference between the two. That's the difference between the two. Both can go into your liver, because remember I spoke about this earlier, that the vitamin D ain't even working to you, and it's not even activated until it hits your liver, right? So both of vitamin D and vitamin D2 and vitamin D3, let me make sure I correct that. Both of them can go into your liver, and they can convert to 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Okay.
It's 125.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. 125. Okay. All right. So, the vitamin D2, there's 21 hydroxy vitamin D. It goes into your kidneys, and it activated to 125 dihydroxy to the vitamin D2 and all of that. Look, do your research. I'm just telling you that both of them, vitamin D2 and vitamin D3, both go into the liver, and then it goes to a certain level where it produces the hydroxy vitamins in your system. So make sure that you know that, understand that, and make sure that, I don't know, how would you even know if it's not going into the liver? I gotta ask the doctor that, because anybody out there that any doctors out there, how would you know? Well, I guess what we discussed earlier, if you have any of those flaws systems, if you're obese, overweight, kidney disease, all these other things in your body,
maybe a blood test, a simple blood test, maybe saying, hey, you're not getting it to where it needs to go.
Right. But at the end of the day, vitamin D2 and vitamin D3, they work the same. All right. So it's your choice on how you choose to, whatever you choose to intake, whether you're vegan or not. All right. How do you know what your blood levels should be? That's a good one. For dark skin, it says 40 to 50 nanograms. And I got to look that up. I have to look that up. I think I seen Melinda in here.
Yep.
I know she worked in the hospital. I don't know if you know any of this information, but that would be good, because knowing your levels is important. It's so important.
Town Mama said the hydroxy blood test.
Oh, yes. So that's going to determine it. Thank you, Town Mama. We appreciate that. Yes, very important.
Tanya said the same blood test too.
Oh, thank you, Tanya. Yes. So, I think that's so important for us to really know. But did y'all know that, human breast milk don't have vitamin D? They said,
I didn't even know that.
Listen, human breast, but this is what one of the doctors said. They said human breast milk does not contain no vitamin D. So I always wonder when they say when you're breastfeeding the kids, and that's more healthier, if it doesn't, because they always say the vitamin D is important for the kids, babies when they're growing.
Yeah, that's what they always say. The breast milk is the best milk for kids when they're born.
Right.
But if you got no vitamin D.
Yeah. that I don't know. I just find that to be kind of crazy. Oh, that wasn't working, guys. Now we're gonna move on to intermittent fasting, right? Because I want to cover this really quickly. Intermittent fasting. I know a lot of people who've done this that were overweight and lost so much weight, guys. And I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I tried it, and I'm still, I still. What happened?
No, I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, I tried it, and it's not hard, but if you like to eat, it's hard. And I think that at the end of the day, again, that goes back to us taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, and doing what's right. A lot of times we don't always do that. We do what feels good, but we don't do what is good for us, right? Because me, I love cheese. That's my kryptonite is cheese. I actually love all dairy products. Big issue for me, which is why it makes it difficult for me to actually be vegan. I can actually not do the meat. But when the dairy though, I need rehab like a mug. You know what I'm saying? I be like, yo, someone please call 911. I ain't gonna make it. I need dairy. I don't need dairy. Let me stop saying need. I want it.
Real quick, Tell Mama says breast milk helps the immune system and carries vitamins that the woman stores. And Melinda also said breast milk does have vitamin D. It's just very low.
Oh, okay. Well, the doctors said it ain't got it. Take it up with them.
We might have to look at these doctors again.
Yeah. I don't know. This doctor is pretty good at what he's talking about. But I mean, listen, maybe it don't have enough. Or maybe it's so low that it don't give any at all. But yeah, that's what doctor said that it don't, So I don't know.
Tanya said cheddar cheese low calorie. Eat it up.
Yeah, but I mean, I can eat cheddar cheese too, but
American.
I do, and that's the most processed cheese. Like
it has to be white though. Don't eat the yellow.
Right. That yellow
number 5.
Not good for you at all. So let's talk about intermittent fasting and being able to lose weight. Like I said before, guys, a lot of people that I know have been doing this, and been telling me. My brother, for one, did intermittent fasting, and he told me, Teresa. I said Teresa. I should be. I done told y'all. Mark did it. Mark, you started that. You started the Teresa thing. He said, Lady Miss. He said, I lost about 50, I think he said 50 to 60 pounds doing intermittent fasting. All right. So intermittent fasting is really good. I think that we all should try it because at the end of the day, I was watching this Indian doctor from before. And one of the things that she said is that your body, right? Your body is a self-healing machine. So when you are not eating, your body is actually working and doing what it needs to heal itself. You ever wonder when they say you need surgery, don't eat, right? I mean, I know that they say don't eat because these other things can happen when you're getting the surgery, right? But your body heals itself, okay? God created us a certain way. Now, I'm not saying for people not to take medicine if they need it. I'm just saying to trust your body sometimes too. And use natural stuff. So when you are not putting things in and your body is not trying to work to digest the food, to break it down, to send it here, to do that, and it doesn't have all these other different jobs, it can now focus on the healing process. And that's when intermittent fasting comes in, all right? So for me, I'm going to tell y'all how I started. I used the beginner stage because I'm a punk. All right, because I like to eat and I have trouble with that. I use the beginning stage. You don't have to go cold turkey, but you can train yourself. You can train yourself to slowly get into fasting where you're doing it, where it really starts to do what it needs to do for you to lose weight and for you to heal the diseases or whatever you got going on in your body. So the one that I started with, and this is the baby step one, is the 16-hour fasting. All right. That's about 3 meals a day. It's no snacks. You're fasting for 8 hours. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. 3 meals a day, no snacks. That's 16 hours of fasting. 16 hours of fasting. I'm stand correct. She said, pray on it. Tanya, yo, that's a whole fact. I definitely need to pray on it. I don't know. I tried. I'll try again. But when you're doing for me, I started with the 16 hour. Okay, 16 hours of fasting, and that means that you have 8 hours of eating. And you should wait until you're hungry before you eat, technically. Because a lot of times, especially us here, you know, American, you know how we are. You know what I mean? Try to wait at least 4 hours after you wake up before you eat your first meal. And I always say, drink water. And I have to start to remember to do this, but you could put some garlic in the water, let it sit, let the garlic get in there and drink that garlic water. It actually has some really good health benefits. So you really could do that. So if you're doing you're starting with the 16-hour fasting and you have the 8-hour window to eat. You can eat, let's say 10 a.m. Then after you got up at 6 a.m., right? Your last meal should be at 6 p.m., which is good because you don't want to eat and lay right down. They say that that's not good either. The real power of intermittent fasting is through the night until the morning. So big shout out to DJ Cisco. He said, you know, he takes his stuff at night. He's letting his body do what it do. And that's when most of us are getting the benefits that we need is from our body. When it's sleeping. This is when we're not putting stuff in it. We're not doing all these things to it. It's rested so that it can do what it needs to do. Heal itself because it's a self-healing machine. When we abuse our body, we make it not be a self-healing machine because we damage things that should and could be working for us. And if we damage it and it can't work for us, it doesn't mean that it's not a self-healing machine. It just means that we broke part of the pieces that go to the machine. You know what I'm saying? So we have to learn how to fix that, you know, and it's never too late. If you hear, it's never too late. All right. I need some motivation. Can y'all please motivate me?
Yeah.
Damn it, because I'm struggling.
I know when I first met you, I was like, what, almost 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I went on a fasting diet and I got down to 180 and haven't been able to lose any more after that. And I eat once a day on most days. Right.
So, you know, it's hard, you know, it is hard. But I mean, if you really are a person that has discipline, if you are disciplined, then you can do it. But yeah, when you are fasting and you're sleeping through the night, that's when you are having that uninterrupted fat burning. Okay. So uninterrupted fat burning. Yep. So again, like I said, yeah, what?
No, I was telling Mama asked, do you know what the body's largest organ is? The skin.
Yeah, that's what I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, I thought so. I think so.
We're going to go with the skin for 2, Alice. We're going with the skin for 2. You let us know what it is. So yeah, like I said, the 16-hour of fasting, wait 4 hours before you eat. After you get up, eat around 10 a.m. Maybe you should have lunch around 2 or 3 p.m. and eat your last meal at 6 p.m. Be prepared to drink lots and lots of water or even tea. You know what I mean? Even drink tea. Now, if you get up at 8, don't eat until around 12 o'clock or so, you know, so you really got to do the math yourself and figure out what actually is best for you where you are making sure you got those.
I think that might be my mistake because I eat late at night, 1, 2 in the morning. That's
yeah. Now
then I go to sleep.
Yeah, because your body still has to digest that food. Mm-hmm. So it's not healing. Yeah. You know, so I don't know.
Maybe I got to change the way I eat. Huh? Maybe I got to change when I eat and I'll probably lose more weight and get more active.
And, you know, sometimes it's about, you know, they also say that your last meal should be your lighter meal. We tend to have the big meal as our last meal. That should probably be our first or second meal, the big meal. And let that last one be more of a lighter meal. So it also has less work. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If you want to get more into the deeper fasting, like the more fat burning, you only want to have 2 meals a day. What that is 20 hours of fasting. So that means you're only going to have a 4-hour window to eat. So that means you might eat at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. And that will be your first meal for the day. Then your next meal should be about 4 hours later. Okay. Your next meal should be around maybe 5 p.m. And if you want, again, to add to that, as far as losing the weight, if you're trying to lose weight, you can add some exercises in there and that will increase more fat burning. And you should do that after you had your meal, if you can, right? So that's the more deeper, intimate fasting. Again, like I said, I'm still I ain't past the 16 mark yet, y'all. Okay, I'm still because I'm at the 16 mark. It be hell. I be feeling like, Scotty, help me, I'm gonna die from New Jack City. I be needing that food, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I be needing the food. I be like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So trying to transition, is hard when you're doing that fasting. Okay, it's very, very hard. So that time to transition from fasting, it could take anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. Again, it's the hardest thing to do. To change your pattern of eating, that's hard.
Yeah,
also to exercise.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, to shift your running or whatever you're doing, your body and the glucose and all of that stuff. Like, it's deep. Your body on the glucose, it how can I put it? It goes into ketos, I think, when you're not eating at that point. Okay? So it goes into ketos. That's another diet that a lot of people do. A lot of people do the ketos diet, which is also just as, I know some people who say it worked for them. I tried it. I don't know if there's anybody in here. Remember, I tried to do the ketos diet group. I was struggling. Big shout out to Tanya. We got, she in the building right now. You already know what it is. Tanya did the ketos diet, and she said she's one of the ones that's on here right now and said it actually worked for her. So again, shout out to you for that, because you obviously is a very disciplined enough to be able to do that. Okay. I'm still working on my discipline. I am still working on my discipline.
Tell mama said it's called ketosis.
Yes. Your body going to ketosis. But I'm talking about the diet itself. It's called the ketos diet. But yes, your body, when you're not eating and you're doing that fasting, that is what the body is experiencing, the ketosis. But when you are on that specific type of diet, it's called the ketos diet. Have you ever done the ketos diet, Karen? And if you have it worked for you? Because I know Tanya's in here, and she was telling me that I did go out. I did the food shopping. I got the certain type of butter, because you want to increase certain type of good fats and stuff, so that when you do eat, you are eating the right stuff. But the only thing that I hear is that if you have high cholesterol, you might run into a problem. So some people say yes, some people say no. I'm not sure what it is. Again, this is just us having a conversation with you guys. I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. Make sure you guys research everything that we are telling you. Yes, I got some of this information from the doctor, from YouTube. Some of this I researched myself. Some might be my own personal experience. So again, I'm going to make that clear, because let's say I said something that might go against what the doctor has to say, and I stated that, hey, I got this information from that guy. Please understand, if it goes against him, then that means that it was either something I experienced myself, or I got it from another source. So I want to make that very, very clear, because I never, ever want to put that on nobody where they say, she said I said this, and that's not what I meant. She's misleading the people, and right? So I want to make that very, very clear, because it's only right that we do that. Again, this show today is really about us taking charge of our bodies, being proactive, understanding why vitamin D is important, putting the things in our body that we need so we can fight off these viruses, and be proactive. Also understanding that your body is a self-fighting, healing machine. And if you fast, that it will take time to heal itself. So if we work with our bodies, we can get to where we need to go. We just have to have the mindset. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I ain't totally there yet. I'm trying, y'all. I ain't totally there, but I'm trying though. I'm trying. Work with me.
Before the winter's up, I'm gonna be in there.
Right. Absolutely. Tanya said no carbs, no sugar. Oh, okay. There she go.
Yep.
Okay.
She said she lost 30 and 30.
Put that back. Tanya said she lost 30 pounds in 30 days. That was by doing the Ketos diet. She had no carbs and she had no sugar. Okay. She said it's a lifestyle. Once you stop, it comes back.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's the part that always bothered me, because I feel like you work so hard, you get to that point. And then when the minute that, see, that's our problem. We get to where we want, and then we say, I'm here, I don't have to keep doing it. But she's right. It is a lifestyle change. We have to continue to do this for us if we want to stay that way. Because like one time, like a few weeks ago, a month ago, when I took a laxative, right, to clean my system out. This ain't TMI, is it? Listen, it's the body, okay? Listen, we can't be afraid to talk about that stuff. I took a laxative one time, and I that's when I was getting sick. Guys, I thought I had COVID. I had no smell, no taste for one day. I was going hard with that vitamin D, baby. Yep. I was taking like 5. Boom, like they was M&M's, Skittles, okay? Boom. One day, my taste and smell I had none. I was drinking a lot of water, taking a lot of vitamin D. I was taking elderberry and a few other things. Black seed oil, the thieves from Young Living. I live by that, guys. Everywhere I go, especially if I go into restaurants or into places and clubs where there's events going on. Thieves from Young Living is a blend of different plants that actually boost your immune system, okay? So anytime I feel like I'm getting sick, I be like, I take some drops in my mouth. Immediately, I be feeling like it's working, because that stuff gets in your bloodstream very quickly, very, very quickly. So yeah, I forgot where I was going with that.
But Town Mama said her son-in-law did it for 2 years was successful. If he ate anything with bad carbs, he would get sick.
Wow, see, and that's the thing. Once you start to do specific stuff, or you start eating a certain way, like you don't eat pork. If you was to eat pork, you would get sick. I wasn't eating pork for a long time. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I do eat it once in a blue moon. I feel horrible about it. I feel like an addict that slipped up. I need to go back into rehab for this. Like, yo, because that bacon is the candy of meats. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the bacon is the candy of meats, and I like Oscar Mayer maple bacon. That shit smells so delicious. I can't help it. I be like, Lord, I ain't gonna be able to take it. I can't take it. Whatever.
Tanya, see, I love it.
Listen, Mom, Gloria said, man, don't live by bread alone. Right. So I guess you got to eat other stuff. I guess it's just, what is the stuff that you're gonna eat, right? We need to know that. We need to start growing your own food. We need to, well, absolutely. And while we're talking about that, guys, I want to say this. Growing our own food is important. And I know, Tanya, you were growing, when I came to your house, you were growing, you had a garden. Collard greens and everything. Collard greens. I do want to create some classes. And if you guys want to help me, we got to start to really help each other, because the food shortages, one, what they're going to be doing and how they might try to control us based off of the choices that we make or don't make. We might be restricted to get the things that we need. How are we going to be self-sufficient to survive? I talked to Lagoica, the one who did my website. He grows sprouts, I think if I'm saying that right. And he said you don't need much but water in a jar. You don't even need sun. Okay. And it has a lot of health benefits. So I want to learn how to do that. Soraya did it too with what's that? The onions, the long onions. I forgot what you call them. The green onions. Yeah. Yes, you can grow that. And then she sent me a lot of stuff. I did try, but I just really we got a black thumb in this house. Yeah. Everything we grow dies. Mm-hmm. I really couldn't do that because for me it became it was like overwhelming. I think I went crazy. But again, barter skills. This is what I wanted to talk to y'all about. I do have a group on Facebook, and I really should have kept it to what it was, but it says sell your skills or barter. And this group, when I created this group, I created it so that people can go in, and this is a way for them to make money. We're going to start to have to learn. I'm telling you listen, I'm not kicking no conspiracy stuff right now, but I'm just going to tell you, we better get prepared for what is to come. That's all I'm going to say. So understanding how to have a skill and sell that skill. And if you don't have money, you need to know how to barter. Okay. I need you to do this for me. Okay. I can do this for you. That's bartering. We trade off on things that we could do for each other. And that's the same way if we were paying someone. If I gave you money, that money is just a piece of paper that you and I think of it as value. And we use that to get what we want. So we have to learn that when times and if times get rough, and hopefully they don't, but if they do, what are we going to do? Are we ready? Are we prepared? Okay. Can we grow our own food? Can we barter skills with each other so that we are okay and can get the things that we need if we don't have access to money or cash? Okay. What are we doing? Are we growing our own food so that we know that we're getting the right source of the vitamins that we need? Are we keeping our bodies healthy and putting the things in it that we need so our bodies can fight off the certain things that don't need to be there when we're sick? Or are we letting our bodies fight for us because it's a self-healing machine? All of these things are so important. And this is why today I wanted to come on here and discuss that. It's not like the turn up. I know, guys, guess what? There's a lot of shows out there where we have hundreds of people tuning in. If there was fighting, if there were all of these things going on, we are not that. We're not that. We interview entertainers, entrepreneurs, and we have topics that are educational. And we might even have some that hit the heart. Like, look, listen, you're going to see me tomorrow, talk therapy, okay? But at the end of the day, what's important is that what we do makes a difference. What we do has to make a difference. And that's why we are here. This show is not just about us just, hey, I just want to do this. I want it to mean something. And this is why these topics are so important. All right. Again, like I said, make sure you guys take care of your body, take care of yourself. And what was I going to say?
Do regular checkups. Make sure you take your regular checkups. Yeah, for real.
Absolutely. So, guys, I think that's it. I hope y'all got some valuable information, and I appreciate the ones that tuned in that also added value to this conversation, because it's very much needed. And again, just like you telling me something, if I'm not sure about it, I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna go look it up. We got to do our own research. We got to be careful where we get our information from. And that's why I made sure I was extremely clear on the fact that, hey, guys, I may have gotten some of this information from the doctor. However, I got some from other research that I did. And I also gave you my own experience. So please, if I said something that could be slightly off of what someone else thinks of facts, just do your own research. But no matter what, I hope that this strikes something in you to make you want to do your own research, or to make you say, let me go get my vitamin D, baby.
And not for nothing, your health is your own personal journey, not somebody else's. So everybody's health and the way they do their health is on them. That's why research is important, because what may be healthy for you or not healthy for you may be all right for somebody else.
Absolutely. Totally understand that. You're right about that. Your health is your responsibility. It's nobody else's. I don't know what the hell is happening there. It's your responsibility. It is no one else's, guys. Again, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me just remind you, tomorrow is Talk Therapy Tuesdays. I will be on there. I had 2 different topics. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to choose, but make sure y'all pull up tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm going to be discussing something very juicy. Absolutely. Oh, somebody told me to say, what the hell was it? Sleeping with the enemy. Or are you with somebody who don't want to see you be successful? Are you in a relationship or marriage or whatever where you're with someone and they don't really want to see you succeed? Maybe they like to see you down. Maybe they like to see you struggling. You know what I mean? And that's called sleeping with the enemy. Maybe you don't feel supported in certain type of ways or certain stuff. So what the hell was that? I'm sorry. Y'all know what it is. We at the crib. But anyway, so tomorrow is going to be a good topic. And We're going to touch on many different things. I think it's important. Okay, I'm a little annoyed right now because people ain't respecting my my space and my quietness. Okay, they forgetting that we down here and got the show and they loud as hell. Okay, all right, we're gonna have to have a talk with them. But again, let me just give these closing statements. Again, take care of your body. Ray actually gave a perfect closing statement that journey is yours. I think that's a great way to end the show. That journey is yours. Again, look out for Hood Court. It's going to be myself and Tyler Mix. The compilation is coming. We have Making It in the 845, which is also coming, and that's the reality show. And that is what it is, Making It in the 845. People in that area, it's going to be strictly about them. I'll be starring in it. And that's it. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, guys. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is From the Ground Up Productions. I'm your host, Lady Miz. This is my co-host.
Ray.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.